Before joining the program, potential parents sign several contracts. The first contract is signed with the agency, the second with the clinic, the third with the surrogate mother. Today we will talk about the contract of potential parents with a surrogate mother. I can narrow it down to 2 sentences. First, the surrogate mother agrees to do everything to carry a healthy child and pass him to the parents. Second, potential parents are required to accept the child and pay for the program. Now, let's take a closer look. When do parents sign this contract? During the first visit to Ukraine, or with the help of the trustee in whose name they draw up the power of attorney. During the program, parents visit Ukraine 2 to 3 times. At the first visit, you can personally meet with a surrogate mother. Before that, you will have Skype meetings and sign an agreement. If for some reason the parents did not choose surrogate before the visit or did not sign the contract during the first visit, then they can sign it later. To do this, you need to visit Ukraine again or draw up a power of attorney in the name of your representative. Usually, this is an employee of our company. The power of attorney clearly indicates what actions the trustee can and cannot perform. In addition, the trustee does not sign any documents without the prior consent of the principal. By the way, quite often we sign a contract with a surrogate mother by power of attorney if potential parents want to send their biological material from their homeland to our Ukrainian clinic. What does the surrogate undertake to do? Everything so that the pregnancy proceeds well and the baby develops healthy. That is, surrogate mother leads a healthy lifestyle, regularly visits the clinic, and fulfills all the recommendations of the doctor. In the contract, you will see several points that may surprise you, but they are aimed at maintaining the health of the surrogate mother and child. For example, we do not allow hair dyeing with dyes that contain chemicals that can adversely affect the health of a woman or a child. Surrogate mothers should not go to salons for manicure, pedicure, piercing, in order to avoid even the minimum probability of infection. The surrogate has 2 main legal obligations. The first is to sign a waiver of rights to the child after childbirth and to fully participate in the paperwork for the child. Ukrainian state authorities do not need this refusal because, according to the law of Ukraine, a surrogate mother is not considered the mother of a child. But in many other countries, the woman who gave birth to a child is automatically considered a mother. In this case, parents may need this refusal. The second legal obligation of the surrogate mother is not to contact the child and parents after childbirth, only if the parents want it. Some potential parents have a reasonable question. How can we guarantee that a surrogate mother does everything right? There are at least 3 aspects to this issue: psychological, organizational, and legal. My colleagues, medical coordinators, and psychologists only accept women who are committed to following the rules. Also, women regularly undergo medical examinations and talk with a psychologist to know whether everything is in order. The legal aspect is that the woman is financially responsible for her actions. For example, she undertakes to immediately report any pain and difficulties. This is indicated in her contract. There is also the moment that a woman does everything to successfully carry a pregnancy. Of course, parents have responsibilities. The first is to pay all remunerations and compensations to the surrogate mother on time. In our case, the agency independently pays compensation to surrogates from the payments transferred by the parents. Second, according to the agreement, parents undertake not to influence the medical processes. For example, they cannot recommend a woman to take any medications, or conversely, force her not to take medications prescribed by her doctor. However, parents have every right to know everything about the condition of a surrogate mother. By prior arrangement, they may even come to visit her. Parents receive the results of all examinations, tests, ultrasound, and can even accompany a woman during an appointment with doctors. But it is worthwhile to understand that there are moral standards that we do not violate. For example, a surrogate mother may be embarrassed if during the gynecological examination, ultrasound, or childbirth in the office, the father of the child will be present. Therefore, if a woman does not mind, then at such events she is usually accompanied by a potential mother. Another important nuance: we must understand that, regardless of the circumstances, the child will have a family. Therefore, the contract indicates even the most terrible outcomes, such as death. If one of the spouses dies, the second undertakes to take responsibility for the child. If both spouses die, the child will be handed over to the guardian. He is chosen in advance. Usually, it is a close relative, family member, or close friend. I want to clarify that we did not have such cases in practice. but we are obliged to foresee everything. I have listed only some clauses of the contract between the parent and the surrogate mother. You can read the full text upon request. Leave a request or call us. We always try to ensure that not only contractual relations, but also human, friendly relations develop between clients and a surrogate mother. If a surrogate mother sincerely wants to make potential parents happy, and they in turn are sincerely grateful, then the success of the program is inevitable.